Basel is widely known as the art capital of Switzerland. It's home to the world-famous Art Basel Fair and the Kunstmuseum, the oldest public art collection in the world. But beneath Basel's historic charm lies the story of one of the most rebellious, noisy, and captivating artists of the 20th century, Jean Tinguely. Born in 1925, he was a pioneer of New Realism, a master of kinetic art who rejected traditional painting. Instead of canvas and oil, his raw material was industrial scrap, discarded wheels, rusted iron, and motorized parts. His machines were shaky, loud, and intentionally imperfect. His legendary 1960 installation at MoMA, homage to New York, was engineered to literally destroy itself in a chaotic frenzy of smoke and noise. Today, we are going on a walking journey through his childhood hometown. Here are places in Basel where you can still walk in the footsteps of Jean Tinguely. We start at the Tinguely Museum. Designed by renowned architect Mario Botta and opened in 1996, it holds the world's largest collection of Tinguely's work. What makes this museum incredible is how interactive it is. You don't just stand back and observe the artworks, you can activate them and see them in action. The artwork I was most fascinated by is the Mengele Dance of Death. In 1986, a lightning strike burned down a farmhouse near Tinguely's studio. Shaken by the destruction and having just survived open-heart surgery, Tinguely salvaged beams, twisted metal, and animal skulls from the ashes. Among the debris, he found a motorized machine bearing the brand name, Mengele, a dark reminder of the notorious Nazi doctor. He forged these ruins into 14 kinetic sculptures that create a terrifying shadow play, modernizing Basel's medieval dance of death traditions. Stepping outside, Solitude Park offers a peaceful reset. Here, you'll spot Tinguely's swimming water sculpture right near a vibrant artwork made by his second wife, the legendary Niki de Saint-Phalle. It's a perfect spot to stroll along the Rhine, watch locals float past on iconic Wickelfish bags, or grab lunch at one of the restaurants alongside the river. Crossing the river brings us to Theaterplatz and Basel's most beloved public artwork, the Tinguely Fountain. Built between 1975 and 1977, it sits on the exact spot where the stage of the Old City Theatre once stood. Tinguely took 10 black iron, water-spouting mechanical figures made from recycled machinery and placed them in a shallow pool. As they scoop, splash, and spin, they mimic the actors and dancers who used to perform on that very stage. Just a few steps away, inside the Basel Historical Museum, you can see the direct inspiration behind Tinguely's dark aesthetic. In the 1440s, a 60-meter fresco was painted on a local cemetery wall, depicting death dancing with 39 people, from popes to beggars, straight to the grave. Though demolished in 1805, art lovers saved 19 fragments. Growing up here, Tinguely was obsessed with them, once stating, "In Basel, I lived with the dance of death." Seeing these medieval originals side by side with his mechanical creations shows just how deeply rooted his modern vision was in Basel's past. Wandering through Basel's old town is like walking in Jean Tinguely's footsteps. He once strolled these narrow cobblestone streets on his way to work, to meet art clients, or to visit local galleries. Over on Marktplatz stands the Globus department store. In 1941, 15-year-old Tinguely landed his very first job here as an apprentice window dresser. Unsurprisingly, he wasn't exactly an employee of the month. He got fired in 1943 for undisciplined behavior. Yet, this job taught him how to manipulate physical space, play with lighting, and capture the eyes of everyday passers-by, skills that would define his famous public sculptures later in life. Tinguely had a deep passion for Fastnacht, the famous Basel carnival. In 1974, as a member of one of the carnival groups, he orchestrated a legendary stunt known as the Great Bang. As the formal carnival judges stood outside the bright red city hall, Tinguely's group marched up in top hats and terrifying masks, pushing a massive black coffin. Right in front of the jury, the coffin walls collapsed, setting off an explosion of smoke bombs, feathers, and firecrackers. It sparked outrage and legal threats, but it solidified Tinguely as Basel's ultimate artistic prankster. Next up is the Kunstmuseum Basel. Beyond housing Tinguely's kinetic works, it tells a broader story of his place in art history. In 1967, when the museum faced losing 2 Picasso paintings, the citizens of Basel famously voted in a public referendum to buy them using public tax money. Picasso was so moved that he donated 4 more paintings to the city. Tinguely held deep appreciation for Picasso, creating his homage Viva Picasso in 1973. Today, both masters share space in this historic collection. From rebellious window dresser to international avant-garde icon, Jean Tinguely transformed mechanical junk into unforgettable living art. And while his work decorates galleries around the world, there is no place where his spirit is more alive than right here in Basel. Whether you're pressing buttons at the Tinguely Museum or sitting by the splashing iron sculptures at Theaterplatz, following his footsteps in Basel gives you a totally unique way to experience this world-class city of art.